Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. In this video, I want to take a look at what seems to be a fairly boring topic, but I think we can ask an interesting question about it. So hang with me while I explain what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, there was a recently revised and slightly changed Department of Defense directive. It's about planning for presidential transitions, which seems funny to be doing in an off-election year, but hey, let's take a look and see a little more about this and other officials. Now, and as I said, it's an update to an existing policy. The major update is that civilian career bureaucrats are now placed in charge of transitions, not elected members. Okay, and the comment has been made on discussion boards that instruction like that should have an annual review and renewal cycle. But let's look at some of the dates that are already involved with this document. Okay. Now, number one, down here, the reissues and cancels, you can see that the original directive happened in 2010. And it was reissued in 2017, May 2017, several months after 46 scooted into a position. Now, this actual directive was effective August 30th, last August, 2022. And then February 3rd, they made this change effective. And now here's what I was wondering, and I thought we could ask the cards about. So the original directive happened in 2010. It was updated in 2017. This current version was adopted in 2022. And just a few days ago, there was a change done to it. Now, I would like to ask the cards what the meaning of the change is. Is it just simply bureaucrats trying to be efficient? Or is there a change in the wind? Or is there other information the universe wants us to know? Let's find out. So we would like some insights and information about this directive and why it is now already getting changed less than a year after it was adopted. Certainly not 1 year after for the renewal, which I hope they do. Is change in the wind politically, and they're prepping for it? And is there other information you want us to know? Let's find out. Our first card is the King of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. Knight of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. And 10 of Wands. Okay, so what I'd like to do is just share my general insights with the cards we have on deck so far. And I thought it was interesting that there's absolutely no swords involved with these 7 cards, because swords are the spoken and written word. So that is already a nod to the fact that this wasn't just simply a matter of paperwork and trying to be efficient. Okay, and when I see the wands, which are a fire sign and they are an action, it's telling me that there are some events that are anticipated. Okay, all right, and someone's pretty happy about them. Okay, so let's take a look now a little more closely. All right, like I said, we have the King of Wands showing up here for our question. And we were asking about leadership and we're getting a nod here that the reason for this Department of Defense directive to be updated is about leadership, okay? That there's going to be some kind of a change happening. It's partially in effect already, okay? It's not going to be a surprise when it comes out in public, at least to those who are directly involved, okay? As I said, with the 9 of Cups, that's always a really satisfied card. Someone is really happy with the changes that are coming along. Hopefully that's us too. May this please be the collective. The present card, we have the Knight of Wands showing up, and he's very much a high energy card again. These are events, okay? So, you know, we've talked about drip, 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 flow, flood. This may be, events may be going that way too, changing pretty quickly. Let's look ahead. Nothing worrisome showing up here yet. Okay, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Again, this is a card of abundance and love and good things. Nothing to worry about when you see her. She's a card of good luck and comfort, and often very independent. And independence because there is abundance. Okay. All right. Now, so we're looking ahead, and it's telling us that there's good things headed our way that are going to be involved with good fortune and prosperity. In the meantime, we're still getting advised to be careful with our resources. Okay. So if you've been keeping a few weeks of emergency supplies on hand, don't stop doing it now, because things aren't going to change overnight. But this showing up in the near future with the 10 of Wands, events are about to come to a really big conclusion, and it is regarding leadership. So let's get a couple more cards, see what we got going on here. Tower moments coming, guys. Okay. Now, the 5 of Cups indicates that there's some sadness involved with this Tower moment coming up, but not for us, okay? We're getting told that this change that's coming up that needed that directive to be updated is a good thing, okay? So I'm going to change up my format a little bit. Based on this read, I have another question. I bet you do too. If we're having a leadership change, is that leadership going to be male or female? Is that leadership change going to be seen in the public eye as male or female? Let's find out. Okay, universe, you indicated in my first deal and shuffle and deal that that directive involves a leadership change and that it's coming soon as a result of a Tower moment. So what I'd like to ask the cards is, when that leadership change finishes, will the leader involved be seen in the public eye as male or female? And is there other information you want us to know? Talk about an unexpected rabbit trail. Okay, we have the 7 of Wands, the World, 5 of Cups, Magician, the Hermit. Look at all these major arcana showing up. 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So we asked if when this change of leadership occurs, will the person involved with the change, the transition, you know, the new person assuming leadership role, will they be seen in the public eye as male or female? I was just assuming that we were talking about the United States because the DoD was, but we have the world showing up here. So since we were originally asking about that DoD directive, okay, I'm going to say that a lot of events are going to bring about this change. that we're seeing. Chloe agrees if you can hear her in the background, okay? This change will affect the world, but in a very good way, okay? Someone is sad, and the Five of Cups typically, for me, is my 46 card, okay? So I think 46 is going away. I really do. In fact, this card is showing up the recent past. So what we may have been picking up the energy about is because we have had more than one 46 who has retired or left the scene, the plane, the world plane, our realm. But look here, in the present, we got the Magician. He has access to all the elements and can manifest wonderful things. And he's well aspected here with the World card. Okay, so the change is going to be one that's much for the better. Okay, it's also, our Hermit is our divine energy card, and often the off-world influence too. So I would say that we've got it's going to be a move coming in the near future that involves a white hat change of leadership. Okay, now if you saw in the first read I did this video, we had the 4 of Pentacles. Now we have the 6. When this happens, we're going to be even better off than we were before. Queen of Wands is showing up here, and that's a really good energy card here as far as optimism and self-mastery. Okay, very good card here. Also showing up quite frequently when we ask about leadership questions. So again, it's showing up in the near future position. So obviously we don't have that good leadership now, but it is headed our way. King of Cups is showing up. He's very much in charge of his emotions. Can be a little tricky, but look where he's aspected by the Ace of Wands here. Okay, so I'm not getting any worrisome here. We have the 8 of Swords. And the last one is a Star. Look at all these major arcanas. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 major arcanas and an ace. Okay, so the change that's coming, I think 46 is going away in the very near future. Definitely. And as that leadership makes its final change, I do get a feeling that there may be a female involved. So we may, but that's not going to be the permanent solution. The permanent solution is not going to be someone seen in the public eye as female. So who'd have thought it? You start a video thinking you're just going to look at a DoD directive and find out if they're what's going on with why they're doing it in such a would seem to be an odd time, and find out that there's some leadership changes that are in the wind that are undeniable, and the administration or the people that are backing 46 are having to take some action, like it or not, and change is coming. And we'll just have to see who this who or what this transitional female energy is before we get to our final solution that the world's going to celebrate. We'll see what happens there. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Appreciate every one of you. And I hope until we meet again that you're just filled with love and light. And just know, I mean, it's a long process, undeniable. I'm not going to blow smoke up your you-know-what. All right, but change is coming, and it's going to be visible. And we're not going to have to look in little corners for it much longer. Okay? Until next time, love and light.